Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about dandelion in magic, in healing, and also in cooking, because it's a really nutritious food as well as an amazing magical plant, sacred to Hecate and also breed, I believe. So I'm going to talk about that today. Before we do, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft, tarot, shadow work, magic, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, but you're just a little confused with what's the first thing I should be practicing, how do I incorporate all of the practices into my life, take a look at my free video. It's called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. There's a link in the description field below this video. I wanted to do a video on dandelion because I love the plant. You can eat all of that plant. It's incredibly nutritious and it has a place in magic. Sacred to Hecate, as I said at the beginning. It has a very special place, I guess, in my heart. And I just love working with the plant. So starting off with dandelion, it's considered a weed because it grows really well almost anywhere. So it's a very plentiful herb that you can very, very easily grow. And there's benefits to that because from a healing perspective, it is a wonderful detox for the liver. It can really help support the liver and detox the liver. In fact, that quality alone is also what gives it its magical qualities too, as a purifier and detoxifier. It's good as a diuretic too, so if you have problems with fluid retention, dandelion may be a way of working with that. It's also an anti-inflammatory, and I didn't know this until I did some research on it, that it's an anti-inflammatory herb. And it's used topically on the skin for anything that's inflammatory or bacterial, such as acne. It's used for eczema, psoriasis, and because it has that antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory qualities about it. The plant itself is quite bitter to taste, and that's what gives it its detox effect. It's that bitterness, and it's also the chemicals that are in the plant as well. That's also what gives it its magical qualities of being a very potent warding plant or a protection plant. If you've got dandelions around the front of your home, like the entrance to your home or the back entrance to your home, they can offer that energy of warding off any negativity. And if you make them sacred to Hecate, so you ask Hecate to bless them with her magic, then they're even more potent as a ward for your home. I have 2 dandelions out the front of my home at the moment, and they're doing very, very well. The dandelion flower, once it's seeded, is very good for divination. So when you blow on the seeded flower and the seeds all disperse, you can take note of where they disperse. So if you're looking at divination, meaning right for yes, left for no, for example, and they blow to the left, you would know that the answer to your question is no. You might be looking for a direction of which something might come about, and so you would blow into the dandelion seeds and see where most of them scatter. Of course, that's going to be determined on the wind, what direction you're blowing, and all of those things. But if you go with intuition and just think of a question and then blow it and see which direction they blow in. If you have a compass, you can work north, south, east and west and look at the qualities of air in the east, water in the west. If you're in the northern hemisphere, fire in the south. If you're in the southern hemisphere, earth in the south. If you're in the northern hemisphere, earth in the north. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, fire in the north and get a sense of the energy of the question or the answer to your question. More common though, the dandelion seeds, or the flowers once they've seeded, are used to disperse spells and wishes. So you blow on a dandelion to wish. So you're thinking of your intention, what it is you want, and then you blow the wish out, and then all the seeds scatter. And it's like the seeds are taking your intention out into the universe. And you could also add a blessing or ask for a blessing from Hecate as you do that. So that's a way it can be used as a magical device as well as divination. Another magical aspect of dandelion is to bring psychic abilities to you. So you can wear either the flower as a pressed flower, as an amulet, or dry the leaves out and put the leaves in a little bag and carry that bag with you to help you become more psychic. You could probably smoke it. You could also drink the tea from the leaves and also a bit of the flower as well to help bring out more intuition, more of your psychic abilities there. The flowers are also used in prosperity spells. So if you want to put a fresh flower in your money box or a money jar, or if you want to put the petals in your purse or wallet, so freshen them up maybe every week and carry the petals with you. It's a great way to bring in more money and more prosperity. You could use the dried leaves of the flower as a roll for a candle. So if you're rolling a candle, roll the candle in the dry flower and use that as your connection to money and dandelion when you're doing a candle spell, for example. The leaves can also be used for these things as well. The leaves are more probably good for tea if you're wanting to really drink in that energy of prosperity. And you can dry the leaves as well and use them as a roll for your candle, to roll your candle in the dry leaves of the dandelion. But traditionally, it's actually the flower that's used for the money because the flower is yellow. Yellow is associated with the sun, and the sun is associated with opportunities and joy and blessings and abundance and all of those really feel-good things. So that's magic. When it comes to food, dandelion is incredibly nutritious food. I use it in my cooking. If I don't have any other greens, like I'm out of greens, I will just use dandelion as the greens. Use it in place of spinach or even silver beet or anything where you have greens. They're bitter leaves, so you may not want to put them too much in salads, but they can give you a nice little bite for a salad. And they can also just flavor things with a little bit more of a bite. Flavor soups, flavor, I put them in everything basically because they're just really very nutritious. You can use the leaves, dry the leaves as a tea. You can also dry the root out and roast the root, and it's the root of the dandelion that's really great as a liver detox. It has that strong bitter liver detox aspect, the root, but the tea also has other medicinal values as well, but I haven't actually gone in and researched as much about the tea. You can make pesto with dandelion leaves. I mean, who would have thought? I always think basil because I love basil with pesto, but try dandelion leaves in a pesto. So, throw in some pine nuts, garlic, olive oil, parmesan, and try dandelion pesto. You could even use that as an offering. If you wanted to do an offering to Hecate, for example, you might want to come up with an interesting dandelion recipe there for her. The flowers can be dipped in batter and made into like a little flower fritter. So you could have these little flower fritters or mix the flowers together and have them as a fritter. I've never thought of doing that before, but that's one way that you can have fun with dandelion, or even, again, use it as an offering if you're working with Hecate, for example. And you can also use dandelion to make a wine and syrup. And this again is with the flowers. You would need quite a few flowers, of course, to do this. But if you're collecting the flowers, you can make wines and syrups from the flowers. So there's so many different things that you can do with dandelion from a healing point of view, magical point of view, and a food point of view, that it is such an amazing plant. It's a shame that it's seen as a weed, that people want to get rid of it when it just grows so well in so many different environments. It's so nutritious, you can get a lot from it. Dandelion could just be a staple that every witch has in their garden and can use for so many different things. So I hope you enjoyed that video about dandelion. If you do want to learn Wicca with me, the Mystery Witch School 101 course is there. There's a link in the description field below this video that gives you more information about it. It is a 12-month course. It's drip-fed to you monthly. We do get together over Zoom twice a month to celebrate the new moon and the full moon, and we do guided meditations there as well. But there's heaps of guided meditations in the course, and it just takes you slowly through practicing the craft. So rather than just reading about it and then trying to figure it out for yourself, about how you could actually bring it into your life on a daily basis and really feel that your life now has more meaning, more purpose, because you're practicing on a daily level and you're connecting to yourself and nature and spirit on a daily level. You can have that guided process of developing these experiences every day through joining the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. There's a link in the description field below this video. As I said, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.